Hey, welcome everybody. I'm Garen, and this is
Carol fucking Baskins. Oh god, I love that shit.
please watch Tiger King if you haven't.
Dude.
For the love of God, watch Tiger King. Netflix, you've given us something amazing and beautiful, and so terrible but so watchable. And
How
so
did I
trash.
just describe it? It's cult Jerry Springer
Yeah,
with tigers
yeah.
and lions.
Tigers,
bears.
liars, and well, not
Oh
not
my.
a lot of bears, but some bears,
Yeah.
monkeys,
And alligators that are burnt to death.
and alligators. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad. So,
It's
no-
as if the character Dewey Crow from Justified
right?
was brought to life in the real world
Man,
and given a zoo.
what an amazing show! But apparently, we get an extra one coming up, right? Is that
Yeah,
what you said?
a new episode, like in the next week. Yeah, God, I love it.
Yeah. So I think that's what everybody's been doing at home is Netflix. Reading comic books.
Hey, speaking
clearly.
of at home, we're not.
No, we're practicing the 2-foot social distancing. We're not supposed to be doing.
Our knees are touching under the table.
Shh, tell people. But yeah, we're gonna do a little previews today. We're gonna talk about some other stuff, and we're gonna still continue to do our deep dives and talk about comics. Even though we don't have new books coming out every week right now, we're still gonna talk about comic books. We're still gonna bring you some fresh things that hey, I didn't read that, and I've never seen that before, or that's a pretty good book. I should try that.
Hey, you know who's replacing Dan Didio at DC?
Jim Lee, right?
No, Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin. Carol fucking Baskin.
Oh god, that's so good.
It's gonna be a lot of fun today. I can just tell.
I mean, honestly, now every punchline. Please don't sue me.
The sad thing is you look at Carol Baskin and
I don't.
clearly she's a villain, but is she as big a villain as she was made out to be on the show? Is she as big a villain as the old Tiger King made her out to be? I don't know. I mean, that's what's funny.
So, I have a deep love of cults. I think people falling into cults are fascinating, and I have read an excessive amount of stuff about how to develop a cult, what cults are. I had a cousin who was a cult leader, and those are cults. Every single one of them. Carol has got people volunteering for a cult.
And how many thousands of volunteers does she
Oh,
have?
tons.
They're on
And-
levels, and it's like, well, I'm a green level, so that means I can go anywhere. Oh, I'm a red level. I'm like, what?
Joe Exotic had the gay cult, and Doc Antle has the jailbait cult. And
Well, I mean, my
just wonderful.
favorite is the fact they didn't even talk about the trans person that was in the show. It didn't even mention the fact that
well, because once upon a time in our culture, being trans was a big deal. But all the crap going on in that show,
that was the least of it. Yeah.
yeah, there was clearly that had like trans that buried the lead, man.
And husband number one actually got his teeth back. That's funny. I mean, you see pictures of him now with his teeth, and it's like he's a whole completely different human being. Well, not completely different, just with teeth. But probably less meth. Probably less meth.
Probably less meth. I had to see his area above his junk as they tattooed it, and that broke my brain. So I was very uncomfortable.
What a great awful show. So
I have said for a long time on this show that I would do most anything to be famous, and Tiger King proved me wrong.
no, you wouldn't do anything to be famous.
There is a
Not
whole
anything.
lot I would not do.
Anything. Yeah.
I would not do it. Yeah.
So
So
it's gonna be a lot of fun.
we should maybe talk about comic books.
We should a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, should we just start over? Should we delete this and make this our Tiger King short? No.
So
We're
gonna cut it here.
yeah.
I'm gonna start over again. So no, we're not starting over.
Guys, I'm sorry. It's what's on everybody's mind, that and COVID-19, and I just don't have anything fun to say about COVID-19. Although I do think I know its origin. Carol fucking Baskin. I don't care who's guilty of what. That is the most wonderful thing. And the memes. I'm not even a big meme person, and the memes have been on point.
My favorite is
Tiger King of the Hill.
Tiger King of the Hill.
Tiger King of the Hill was pretty good.
No, my favorite is still putting Dwight's face on the Tiger King, and like Dwight from the Office. It's just perfect. It's so perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's.
Your love for The Office
Seriously. I mean, these are
concerns and confuses me.
these are-
I can't even rewatch the show.
What?
Yeah, it's awful.
Rewatch. I mean, I'm on like 24 rewatches. Seriously, all the way through 24. Maybe more. Probably 24.
Are you gonna be John Krasinski's gay husband? I mean, what?
I do adore John Krasinski, and I definitely hope that once the Fantastic Four movie is talked about more, that we're going to see John Krasinski as.
Pam's kind of cute, but
Well,
I mean, Jenna Fisher's adorable. I'm just saying, as a
she's adorable,
character,
but as a character goes, she's the girl next door. Probably the girl next door everybody wants.
she's no Marina Baccarin.
Oh God! Wow.
No. I think we
Everybody
all
loves
watch.
Inara.
I think we all watch Firefly slightly aroused.
Still don't know why Disney hasn't picked up Firefly to do more, because you could do the Big Damn Heroes, which is the animated version. There's so many things you could do with Firefly that.
You do know there's a What If Disney Plus TV show coming where the original actors will reprise their roles to do What If stories.
Right. Yeah. So.
Hey, we actually talked about something.
But it's all animated too. That's what the What If is good as animated. So
Yeah, but I mean, still having Chris Evans and RDJ and Tom Holland and Peggy Carter. Well, I forget her name.
Caitlin something?
No. Atwell, Haley Atwell.
Haley Atwell. Gotcha. Haley Caitlin. I was close.
I think I'm starting to understand why you like The Office.
I was close.
Steve Carell's character in real life. I'm terrified. All right, so if you are still watching us on the YouTubes, we are about to record.
You haven't wandered off.
Been distracted about Tiger King. We're about to record our April previews episode. We didn't hurry to put this out last week because, number one, these comics drop in June, presumably.
Maybe July. Maybe.
So
we don't know how far this is going to go. So.
I'm going to ask a question on all 3 episodes that we record today. How are you guys out there coping with not getting new comics? What are you filling the void with? We filled the void this week with Flashpoint and House of X, Powers of X, Powers of 10, whatever. And I'm really curious. I mean, are you guys going back and rereading? Are you abandoning comics altogether for a little while? There'll be a few comic book collectors that take this hiatus as a quitting point.
Yeah, I mean, that's the fear of every LCS, is that you're going to have some people just go, you know what, I'm done, and walk away because of the break, because they were at that point anyway, or I've got too much stuff. It's funny, you know, our LCS is Nirvana Comics in Knoxville. We had 25, 30 subscribers either message, call, or come by on Wednesday like, hey, I miss you guys. I mean, and we miss you too, honestly, because these are our friends, this is our family, these are people that we pull your books every week, we know your taste, we know your style, and we want you to keep buying comic books. But at the same time, if you're that guy who has everything, what do you get next? So if you are out there somewhere in the multiverse and you're looking at your LCS and thinking, what can I do?
You should read Invincible.
Well, you should read Invincible. Yeah.
And you should get the graphic novels and like 1 through 33 or some crazy number.
Yes, you should.
If we had the time to deep dive Invincible, if I were to find out the comics are going to ship until June, that's what we would do in May. We would just deep dive Invincible.
It is the
novels
best comic book that people weren't reading. And that's the funny thing. It's like Kirkman made it so big with Walking Dead and with Outcast and everything else. It's like people forgot about this book. And it's funny, when you do recommend it to people and they do pick it up, they don't just get the first graphic novel, they come back and get the rest.
Oh, heck yeah, because they're amazing.
Yeah, the omnibus editions are like $60. There's 3 of them, and it's the entire run.
My problem with the omnibus editions is
they're this big.
They're this big, and as you read them, the binding breaks.
Yeah.
I really like either the hardcover or the trades. The hardcovers bind 12 issues, so it's 2 graphic novels.
The hardcover is the smarter way to go.
Yeah.
It's more expensive. It's $35, but it's still the smarter way to go because you get more out of it.
I have loaned out the first 3 trades so many times. My issue 3 I've had to replace.
I've had to replace the first 3 Fables graphic novels 4 times in my life because it's the same way. Fables are my favorite graphic novel, one of my favorite series of all time, and sorry, they're gone.
Well, we better get to this, or this is going to be an hour and a half long. So. I'm trying to remember how we open. All I can think about is Tiger King. Hey guys, I'm David.
And I'm Garen.
And we're here to record the previews episode for April. These are books that will drop in June. And if you are following along at home and you have nothing better to do, this is previews number 379. I'm just really enjoying watching you flip previews.
Well, there's two covers. And technically there's a flip book because...
There's always two covers.
Well, it's a flip book. It's just one side you got the toys and action figures and all that. One side you got comic books. Ha ha!
So...
Not enough comic books.
Previews the main book, starts out in Image, works its way through Zenoscope. I got to be honest, it's a little frustrating. I wish they would just alphabetize the book. But that's never going to happen. Because
they're not going to do that because some companies are bigger.
And pay more to put their stuff up front. Yeah. And DC and Marvel pay to have their own separate books. And yeah.
Kind of makes sense. I mean,
so, big book.
Yeah.
So my intention, guys, was to actually not have the camera on us for this. And probably starting with our next previews that we get after we're shipping again. What will happen is we'll have a camera that's going to be top down on the actual previews, an actual previews book, and he and I will kind of huddle over it and talk through it. You don't need to see our beautiful faces for this necessarily, but...
Well, just expect a resolicitation of damn near everything. Expect there to be a completely retooled book.
Do you think? You think they'll, instead of just launching, we'll get...
I think because of what's happening with Diamond right now, because of DC and Marvel having the issues they have with what Diamond has done...
we're bottlenecked like hell.
I think you're going to start seeing changes happen. Anybody can go on the web, go online and kind of see what's going on with this whole industry. It's funny, there's some industries that have been kind of thrown into chaos because of COVID-19. I mean, the court systems have been thrown into chaos. The medical systems. It's like people aren't getting their elective surgeries anymore. It's a big deal, and comic books really have suffered just as much because Diamond taking away comic books for a month.
They grounded comic book subscribers. No comics for you.
Pretty much, yeah, and that was tough. Marvel and DC were not happy with it. In fact, they weren't consulted. It was more like hey, we're just going to do this, and that's that's problematic on its own. So,
in some ways, I feel that their decision was responsible, and the reason that I feel that their decision was responsible is because they are keeping folks in their homes, and there's enough people. I mean, and we're doing it right this minute. We're out, but I mean, we're not endangering anyone. I mean,
no,
you and I are not swapping spit here,
no.
And we're far enough distant that we should be fine. There's not 20 people here. There's no one watching this. We have no audience other than on the interwebs, and so there really shouldn't be anything that hurts that. Now, if you have 70 customers show up on a Wednesday and mill about the store because there's new comics launching, that creates something. It creates a problem, and I will remember to social distance until somebody's about to grab that last copy of the next Joker War book, which is honestly the thing I'm feeling the pinch on most. I'm like, I just want Punchline. Like, give me the next Batman. But I have something on the cover this time.
Cover?
On the
Betty
cover.
Page on the cover this time?
On the cover. Woo. So it's funny. Week before last, when we got our last drop, I kind of complained. I was like, man, I really kind of hate that I haven't seen Betty Page in a while. And then as I open previews, here is this beautiful Betty Page fold-out cover. And they're rebooting with a number one. I'm not sure why we get a number one, every 12 issues, but, whatever. I don't know, is this considered volume 3 at this point? But I actually need this Young and Moon.
That's pretty great.
Cheetah print. And this time, Betty is actually filming her movies, so we're getting more into Betty's life.
Less Alien Adventures.
Less Alien Adventures. Do I think it'll stay that way? No. Carla.
Because we got Alien Adventures coming. Let's just.
Pakiko? I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce her name? Pashiko? I don't know.
Pacheco.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
He's better with the pronunciation than I am. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I'll hit it again when we get in section, but absolutely looking forward to the new Betty page.
So
I just ignored all the free comic book day stuff because
we don't know when that's going to happen. It'll happen. It'll probably just be beginning in July. So Chew #1, John Layman.
Yep.
Bringing back Chew, but this time you're not just bringing back Chew. You're bringing back Chew's sister. And it's CHU this time. So CHU,
which is how their last name's actually spelled.
So I'm a little upset that Rob Guillory's not involved in this one. So.
I didn't read the original Chew. You had me read a trade. It's not a bad read.
I mean,
it's not for me.
But his art for me,
Rob Guillory's, yeah.
Yeah, Rob Guillory, his art made the book for me. Same thing with John Layman. So it's like, this is now Dan Bolton's fantastic, great artist, but it's like I would have expected a little bit more. So anyway, that's just
Maybe
me.
Guillory was busy.
I know, and Rob Guillory's one of those too. It's he actually put a website up recently because he's got a bunch of his own original stuff he's selling. So if you're looking for original art, if you're looking for some of these really cool things that are out there, I know that Jim Lee did something like 200 sketches, so that way the money can be donated along down the line to comic book stores. DC's giving away $250,000 to comic book stores to help them out. I mean, and Jim Lee doing sketches. I mean, it's like that's some huge money right there. So, but yeah. Anyway, that's just me. My next one on this was Bliss #8.
Of course it is.
It looked really, really good.
Of course.
It's Sean Lewis who did Thumbs and Coyotes. He's a great writer. I mean, great. So this should be kind of a fun run. So yeah, looks good.
And the bar is Tiger King Low.
Tiger King Low. Yeah, I'm not getting it together. Sorry. What was yours? Yours Firepower?
So I stopped at Firepower. Reading the advanced copy of Firepower is really cool. And the graphic novel was supposed to drop in April, right?
Yep. Supposed to drop next week, I think.
Yeah. At this point, I can't keep up with it. And then after the original #1 graphic novel, it's The Prelude.
Right.
You start to get issues. Now, I'm looking at this, though, and issue 1 and issue 2 are both set to drop June 3rd.
Yeah.
So there's only 6 issues in the first volume, plus the graphic novel. It's a really interesting thing Kirkman's doing in the way that he's dropping comics. Like, I'm not sure I understand the strategy, but I am interested in reading it. It was very, very good.
I think after Invincible, I think he literally just kind of said, look, this one I really like. This one I'm really going to do. So I tell you what, let me just go ahead and do it this all in one way. So I'm kind of appreciate the point, So, yeah, Oblivion Song. I know that the artist Image Giant Size Artist Proof is going to be a big deal for a lot of people because this has been a very, very popular book. So if anybody's interested in that, make sure you tell your local store about it.
I noticed we both marked Sex Criminals,
Sexual
Gary.
Yeah, nice. And then, of course, the Sexual Gary variant. I also really liked Kick-Ass versus Hit Girl. Steve Niles has been a fantastic writer, one of my favorites. And he's kind of doing this Kick-Ass versus Hit Girl story. Should be kind of fantastic. So there's something really good ongoing in here, too. I know that Philadelphia's finally got the graphic novel coming out. Olympia's graphic novel is coming out. Lucy Claire is out fairly soon.
Presumably.
Yeah. Well, presumably.
So I've got Adventure Man #3. Now this is fun. This is a problem of previews being 2 months in advance. I haven't read Adventure Man #1.
Right, we can't.
But it is Matt Fraction and Terry Dodson, and so I'm pretty committed to it that it's going to be all right. So I marked it. But if I hate issue 1, may not pull issue 3. So yeah.
Dead Eyes #6, second part of the new run.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of excited about that one.
Decorum #4.
Yes.
Die #12.
Yes. We're not. None of us are doing die, die, die. That wasn't.
It's stupid.
It was too political.
No, it was dumb. It was flat dumb.
Okay. No.
A guy bit another guy's nose off. Like, done. Not that I'm against nose biting in general.
Nose biting can be
but-
fun. Sure.
But it just struck me as a completely stupid thing.
On the stump number 5. Mm-hmm. Can't wait for that. Really enjoyed that series. Oh, there's Pretty Violent. There's your favorite book right there. Look at that. How it's gotten to 9 issues, I will not know. I don't get it. I figured it would last till 6, and that's the whole thing would be done.
Redneck number 29.
Oh, God.
Donnie Cates. So wonderful.
Still telling that story of how they got there, how the vampires arrived. So, can't wait for that.
So, I got That Texas Blood number 2,
Yep.
Chris Condon, Jacob Phillips.
Yep.
I really just
That's
expect
something
that's gonna
both you and I were very interested
Yeah,
in.
it's that new Western thing.
So Dark Horse has some pretty good stuff. Of course, the big
they
one
don't.
is Umbrella Academy. Even if you don't like it, it's still a very, very big book.
Mm-hmm.
And Gerard Way has really, he's been a great writer, changing up the art a little bit on this one. So yeah, but I really enjoyed all the Umbrella Academy so far. One of our several of our regulars are Black Hammer fans, and it's not that I don't love Black Hammer. It's just not my favorite thing out there. But having a Barbalian story,
I actually did think that was cool.
Yeah.
So I read 20. Well, not even that. I read the original Black Hammer run, and then the first couple of World ofs.
yeah,
And then I was like, I'm tired of this. It just kind of went too deep. And
for people who want,
but
a superhero-
Barbalian, I was like,
It's
okay.
like Martian Manhunter supposed to be red. So anyway, but yeah, it's pretty cool. And the library edition of World of Black Hammer is very, very, very popular. So again, it's $50, but if you want it, please tell your local place, your LCS what you want. And not they don't know. So let's see, The Witcher, Fading Memories. That's a pretty good one. People are very excited about Witcher. Not my favorite story on Netflix. I guess we just have to finish it to kind of see what it's like. But the big one, of course, is The Orville's coming back. Can't wait for The Orville. Have you not watched The Orville yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Why isn't this on your list?
Just, I don't have,
It's not on your list.
yeah,
It's launch day.
It's okay.
All right, fine.
So I like my sci-fi a little bit more from
Like
Justin
your lemon, like your
Giampoli.
chicken.
Yeah.
A little bit of fat on the end. You're the old comedian, like my women, like my chicken. A little bit of fat on the end. No, okay.
Are you quoting Ray Stevens?
It's not Ray Stevens, right?
Are you sure?
No, it's
Do you want to do the streak really quick for everybody?
Please, Lord, no one wants that. Okay, Lady Baltimore #1. We've all had Baltimore from Mignola before. Now we're going to get Lady Baltimore from Mignola. I'm very happy with this. Unfortunately, again, not doing his art as much, but definitely doing the writing. So, been fantastic. The Last Night of St. Hagen is still also coming out that month as well. So, really excited about that. I'm actually very excited about the 47 Ronin graphic novel. I love the story of the 47 Ronin. That's one of my absolute favorite storylines, and I can't wait to read the graphic novel. I don't remember there being a single issues, so did I miss something? No? Okay. What you got over there?
Keep going.
Keep going? Okay, so nothing special for you? All right.
I'm just waiting for you to get through all the...
Now, originally, Bang was only supposed to be, I think, 3 issues, but they've expanded to 5, I believe.
Okay.
Pretty good story. Can't wait to see what happens next. And, of course, we've got Kill Whitey Donovan, Starship Down #4.
Dude, can you not, go in order? You
Well,
okay?
I see the whole. I see the whole picture, the whole page.
Left or right?
Anyway, Starship Down #4.
Yeah.
At some point, we'll get to read all of Justin Giampoli's work.
Yeah.
First one was fantastic. I can't read it.
I did mark the Crone trade paperback. For those of you guys who were not fortunate enough to read that on its first run through, grab that trade. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, Dennis Culver, Justin Greenwood, both fantastic. A fun interview with them. Yeah, been fantastic. Yeah. So what you got next?
Oh, I'm all the way to TMNT and IDW, so, the 75 things you've got between here and there, go ahead.
So, I don't have the 75. What?
You got
I
like
have 75 things?
250,000 books. Go.
So,
That's why your pull list is always bigger than mine.
Snake Eyes Dead Game.
from IDW.
This is IDW. I love Snake Eyes. Probably the best character of all of G.I. Joe. That's being written by Rob Liefeld.
So, hey, look how good those feet are.
Yes, normal looking feet. Someone must have told Rob Liefeld, normal feet for this one. Fewer pockets.
The whole feet thing with him isn't fair.
It's fair. Hey, Cable and Deadpool. He created some of those iconic Marvel characters, and they have teeny little feet with teeny little heads and big muscles.
And that's okay. It was a stylized look in the 90s. It wasn't unique to Rob Liefeld.
I think that this complete silence issue should be really cool because that's the 21 is the famous silent issue from G.I. Joe where literally there's no language at all. It's Snake Eyes versus Storm Shadow. Phenomenal book. In fact, it's one that's a very prized thing for most collections. This is even in bad condition, it's still a prized book. So because it's still not cheap, but having a 21.5 basically is what this is pretty fun. And of course, I've enjoyed all the G.I. Joe runs. So number 10 and The Last Laugh coming out as well. So very exciting.
I've got TMNT Annual 2020 that I'm somewhat excited about. And then, of course, the regular TMNT number 107.
Only semi-excited?
Annuals can be wonderful or they can be absolute hot garbage. Kind of depends on which way they end up falling. So
Sure. Gotcha. Are you still talking? Not talking anymore? Okay. Sorry, I fell asleep for a second. All right, so Star Trek Year 5, Issue 15, and Deep Space Nine, A Long Sacrifice. I hope because of this delay that they're not pushing these things back too far because I love Deep Space Nine. The fact that we have an Odo story we never had before, this has been fantastic. And, of course, the Debt of Honor Facsimile Edition comes out.
yeah, my friend Kalinda actually owns the original printing of Debt of Honor and was hoping to get a better copy to have Chris Claremont sign when he comes to Fanboy. Now,
We don't know if Fanboy's going to happen.
we don't know if Fanboy's going to happen. We don't know if Claremont's going to come. But if this drops before then, there's the easy answer of getting a better copy of Debt of Honor.
Yeah, this is a fantastic story. One of my favorites, and I'm a Trekkie, so this is definitely Trekker. Is Trekkie?
No,
Trekker.
Trekkie.
Trekkie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, one of the things that's interesting to me too is Drizzt has never been
Drizzt.
Drizzed. Okay.
Drizzt.
There's two Z's.
There's a fucking T on the
There's
end.
two Z's.
There's a fucking T on the end.
T's fuck really?
Yeah.
Okay, you're weird. All right, so yeah, one of those iconic characters hasn't been around for a long time. It really has been a long time since you've seen this character. So I'm kind of interested to see kind of what happens now. But Salvatore's doing the writing, which has been fantastic. So, and then of course Infernal Tides graphic novel comes out soon too, which I'm excited about. Dying is Easy, Sleeping Beauties. This is IDW has definitely stepped up their game a little bit, having a Stephen King book with a Joe Hill book at the same time. Now Stephen King isn't writing this one; it's based on his writing, but it's Rio Yours, I think. Anyway,
Objection, Your Honor.
mispronunciation. Please stop. And for me, then of course, The Invisible Men. This is actually be a really, really important book for a lot of people. This is the trailblazing black artist of comic books, and honestly, this is a pretty cool. There's a lot of really cool art in here, a little really cool writing in here. This is gonna be something that's a good coffee table book. What?
Nothing.
Okay, I just had a look. So, what's next?
I'm all the way over in Dynamite.
Oh wow.
So again, Betty Page number 1. The temptation here is I want like 4 covers. No, really, I want.
No, I got you.
I am a big fan of
There's
her
There's a
cosplay.
Risque cover.
I want the
Frank Miller cover.
I do not want the Frank Miller cover.
It's kind of cool looking though.
I just don't. Yeah,
Not your thing.
not my thing.
That's okay. Everybody has a thing. Green Hornet number 1. This is Scott Lobdell, who's actually done some pretty great writing. I'm actually really excited about this one. This is a pretty great book. The covers are not as important to me, obviously, but I really love that. Yeah, Sacred Six. We talked about last month, right?
I certainly did not because
It's a Vampirella thing.
It
It
looks
looked
like
interesting.
garbage.
I don't know.
I do have Vengeance of Vampirella number 9 marked,
Yeah.
and then that gets us over into Boom, where I'm sure you will have 35 things marked.
No, honestly, this is not a huge month for me for Boom. Yeah, I think I passed through this and kind of went, well, I don't care about Willow. Sorry, I just don't care about much of the Buffy stuff.
If I was going to care about Buffy, Willow would be the thing I cared about. I'm a huge Allison Hannigan fan.
Yeah, she's amazing.
But
It's just a character I just didn't care about. You know? So, I know that people, they love the TMNT run and the TMNT Power Rangers run, the crossover. Apparently it's been fantastic. That's what I keep hearing anyway. So, but yeah, right now, nothing crazy for Boom for me. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, people keep, I will say this, I do have the Irredeemable graphic novels. I should kind of read them. I don't know why. I think I bought them on a
okay, but you've got them, but you haven't read them?
I have 30 or 40 graphic novels and sitting at the house I've never touched.
There's
no time.
There's a Japanese word, and I forget what it is, about buying books and putting them on your shelf that you haven't read, and you are practicing that art.
Oh yeah. Because I'm gonna read it.
I don't.
haven't.
If it's on my shelf, I've read it. So Faithless 2, number 3, Brian Azzarello. I absolutely loved Faithless 1. I mean, basically, Faith has this horrible life and kind of falls in with the devil and his daughter, of all things, nice. And is sleeping with both of them.
So James Tynion's still continuing as Something is Killing the Children. I love that book. It's been fantastic. Once in Future number 10 is also coming out. Mm-hmm. Very excited about that. Kieran Gillen. We talked about Bill and Ted last month a little bit. There's another Bill and Ted, the omnibus softcover is coming out for $29.99.
So I'm totally okay if The Matrix and John Wick 4 are the exact same movie. If they market them separately and you go into one or the other and you find out that Neo is John Wick and that John Wick is a simulation within the Matrix. And
I'm okay with that too.
The fourth sequel for both movies is the same sequel. Would be amazing. I mean, I feel like it would be this awesome thing. But I am not okay if they also tie Bill and Ted into that, because Bill and Ted needs to be its own thing.
Wait, so it should be its own thing, or should be tied into it?
No, it should not be tied into it.
Oh,
not at all. Yeah. Not at all.
So, by the way, this is a Manga Essentials month. This is a pretty big deal. If there's some essentials you haven't tried, there's things you should. You've got Akira, you've got Berserk, you've got Skyhawk, you've got Nobu, Mobile Suit Gundam, Transformers. These are some fantastic mangas that are out there. If you haven't tried them yet, please tell your LCS what you're interested in so they can fix you up.
So I got all the way over to Aftershock Comics, but I think you have a few before I get to the titles I'm interested in.
I mean, Kill a Man. It's an original graphic novel.
It's about a gay karate guy.
Yeah, it's actually kind of looks kind of interesting. Actually, I mean, it looks like it's.
What if Ryu were gay?
Yeah, basically, yeah. And I'm actually I think it's gonna be a good book. So, going straight to graphic novel rather than going to single issues, there's something to be said for that. There's something to be said for that kind of quality. Red Atlantis looked good. It really did. Stephanie Phillips, this looked pretty good. I don't know if this is going to be a huge hit, but Aftershock typically doesn't disappoint. Typically they have good series. There's been some stuff I'm like, maybe not so much, but Bad Influence wasn't interesting. Bad Reception.
I would like to say that Aftershock has a vibe that they go for, but then there's The Man Who Effed Up Time, and you can't put that and Dark Arc and God Killers all in the same category. Those are three very different vibes. I haven't seen Dead Day number 1, but I'm really kind of excited about the idea, so I marked Dead Day number 3. And then
Join the Future.
And then Join the Future number 4. So I'm really interested to see where
part of
that
me
goes.
really wants to do more of Artemis and the Assassin. It was an okay book, not fantastic. I want to see number 2 before I commit to anything else.
I'm tired of okay books. I really think more and more my pull list is going to be full of the truly exceptional and less okay books. With that said, I did just pick up 12 copies of The Flash, and it's at best an okay book.
Really? I thought you liked this run.
The reason that I picked it back up is because I do think it's going to be very instrumental into what happens next.
Yeah.
And I really honestly see Wally becoming the main Flash again. I don't know what they're going to do with Barry.
Yeah, but I mean, in a strange way, I think it's probably appropriate. If anyone, by the way, if you haven't seen all the images that they're releasing of death metal, we have Swamp Thing walking around on fire. You've got these amazing characters, and you're like, holy crap. So,
Dr. Manhattan with...
Flash Manhattan.
No, that was just Dr. Manhattan. The one I sent you, it was Manhattan, on the right, Apex Lex on the left, and then something that looked like a hybrid, the Monitor. Anyway. So The Man Who Effed Up Time, number 5. God Killers, number 5. I have thoroughly enjoyed God Killers.
We're only in issue 2, and it's that good. It's very well done. I know that before I go a little farther, Hellboy doesn't often cross platforms. Usually it's just DC. Just Dark Horse. They did a DC crossover with Constantine, but Albatross is doing one with the Fearless Dawn meets Hellboy. Very excited about that. So, love those runs.
What you got from Ahoy?
Right here.
Yeah. Albatross. Okay.
Yeah. That's the Albatross I want to talk about. So that's there. And by the way, have you ever read the Goon?
No.
So the early Goon stuff I really enjoyed. The fact that he still kind of almost self-publishes his books is still pretty great to me. And we've of course never seen the movie that was supposed to happen years ago, and they even tried doing an animated movie of the Goon. People have loved this series, and it's things like that that's
has a cult following.
It very much
who
does.
else has a cult following? Carol fucking Baskins. Lighten up. All right, so when we discovered Upshot together, AEWA Upshot, I got the impression that they weren't going to solicit through Diamond at all.
Yeah, that was the idea.
Except for right here is, and they were not in Maze.
No.
They were not in there at all. I went back and looked.
No.
And so in June, or April for June, you get the first AWA Upshot solicitations through Diamond Comics.
Yep.
One of the first, or the first splash,
Devil's Highway.
Devil's Highway by Benjamin Percy.
Yep.
I am totally in.
Ben Percy.
Ben Percy hasn't steered me wrong yet.
Nope. He's been fantastic with the X-Men run. He's been a great writer.
Wolverine.
Yep.
So we haven't seen Old Haunts number 1 yet.
Right. Because it wasn't solicited in Diamond.
If our LCS gets Old Haunts number 1, I will certainly give it a try. This shows us in June we should be on Archangel 8 number 4, assuming that we get caught up.
Right.
And then Ben Percy also is doing Year Zero. And Year Zero is a zombie story, which I'm super, super, super excited about. So I'm not going to continue Red Border. I'm not going to continue Hotel.
Resistance, I'm definitely continuing.
Resistance is Straczynski. I can't get myself to walk away from it. I didn't really particularly like the story.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
But it's Straczynski.
But it scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the point. I mean, that was the entire point, is to shock you and kind of scare you a little bit.
It worked.
Yeah. So.
And honestly, I don't have anything else marked in the book.
I went to Vault. Because we
Money Shot.
So I've enjoyed Finger Guns number 1. It was dumb, but it was still fun. So if it goes well, I'll hopefully get to issue 4. We'll see.
Money Shot's been phenomenal. So last month they solicited issue 6. The March for May, issue 6. This is issue 7. So Tim Seeley, God bless you.
The POTUS is on the cover with 2 alien babes. So,
with American thongs. That is now the ass of America.
All right, Marvel or DC?
Your choice, sir.
DC it is.
DC it is.
Now, by the way, I didn't mark this because, quite frankly,
you're gonna get the whole damn book.
Well, no.
The cover shows the thing that I am most excited about.
This is the dead giveaway. This is what everybody wants.
There's something important that happens in here that we need to talk about. I don't know if you noticed it, but I'm betting you did because you are an intelligent person. And that is on the inside cover. Right here. So, Black Label ain't alternate universe, my friend.
What?
Ha! It can be alternate universe. Black Label means it's mature. That's all it means. Black Label is a mature comic. It means not intended for the kiddies.
Do
So
you think that Harleen is not?
I think that Criminal Sanity is not in the main universe.
Okay, fair.
I think Harleen could be. We know that White Knight and Curse of the White Knight
Not main continuity.
not in the main continuity.
No.
Do I think that Strange Tales is? Yeah. Do I think Three Jokers will be? Yes.
Oof. That's intense.
So
That's a big deal. That's a
they
really big deal.
can't reveal, or they shouldn't reveal the identities of the Three Jokers and give us that kind of storyline and it not be in continuity.
Well, I mean, it's going on at the same time as Death Metal,
But
so technically, it
This-
should know what's going on.
official DC Comics says that Black Label, the purpose behind Black Label is not alternate continuity, it is mature content. Which means Bat Dingus could have happened in the main continuity if we wanted to. Clearly it didn't.
I don't think so. No.
But
I mean, technically, it's a one-off story. I mean,
Yeah.
really, it could have. He thought he killed the Joker. Didn't actually kill the Joker. Sure, that could have been a main
and
continuity.
he's been dead since. I mean that could be Flashpoint Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, could be. Sure.
It could easily be Flashpoint Bruce Wayne.
For me, Deceased, Red Planet, Dead Planet. Excuse me.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I need to catch up on Unkillables because I didn't know we were going to do a sequel, and now that we're doing a sequel, I want to have them all.
It's Tom Taylor, man. He really has done a great job.
Dead Planet, and here's what kills me about that. After a corrupted anti-life equation turned billions into monsters, including Earth's greatest heroes, our planet was as good as dead. Right, so we're off in the stars with no Superman because he was killed, no Batman because he was killed. Years later, a distress call brings Damian Wayne, John Kent, and Cassie Sandsmark, the Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman of Earth 2, back to a dead planet. And what will this new Justice League find? Find waiting for them. So
Words are hard.
yeah, words are hard. So this is a more grown-up John.
That's John. Yeah.
This is Damian.
Damian.
We don't know who she is, or at least I don't know
Cassie.
who she is. That's Cassie.
It's Cassie. Yeah, she was the Wonder Girl. She was the Young
Teen
Justice.
Titans, Young Justice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's her.
Okay.
So she is from Themyscira.
So I think this gives you 5G. I think right there's 5G.
You think that's what they did instead of doing 5G?
I hope they don't do
this?
5G, and this is who 5G would have been.
Sure.
I don't know
with
about
that.
Blonde Wonder Woman. That kind of hurts my brain.
Yeah, but she was always a Wonder Woman character. She always had.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
So
I just don't know much about her.
yeah, Donna Troy was the one who was the one with all the problems with her head, and she couldn't quite get around the fact that she was.
So let me bitch right now about Batman 3 Jokers.
So how many issues? We're talking 3 issues.
3 issues.
It's gonna take a year and a half to put it out.
Doomsday
I'm sorry,
Clock.
Jeff Johns. I apologize.
Doomsday Clock to the next level.
This book was promised 2 years ago, right? Or 3 years ago.
For the fact that they've been working on it for all this time, and Fabok just now is able to drop art for it and start teasing it out. I also kind of have a problem with the 3 Jokers that are shown because none of those is the in-game Joker. None of those is the in-game Joker.
Now, of the 3 Jokers, I thought one of them was killed in Metal. One of those Jokers was killed. Right?
Well, we're going to deep dive Metal and talk about that.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's coming. Even if comics were to start shipping next week, the thing that we've done, we're going to keep doing.
Sure.
I think that we owe it to. I think it should become. I think we should catch everything up for both continuities, and then once a month we ought to do a special of how did we get here. So,
I think.
but
we talked about this previously, but there's a lot of people who read only Marvel who dip their feet into the DC pool every once in a while. Our friend Daniel does that. He's a Marvel guy, but what's happened is he's getting more into DC. He said he picked up Wonder Woman at 750, picked up Flash at 750, he's picked up Batman in the Tynan run because it's like I felt like these are really good runs to pick up on. And he's right. They've been fantastic. But he never got to read metal. So death metal was not attractive to him at all. What I want to do is help him pick up metal. He's got time on his hands now because of what we're doing. Get metal, get the extra books around metal, and that way you'll understand kind of what's going on. Because people love the Bat Who Laughs, but they don't understand where he came from because they never read the original books. So that's tough.
And the Dark Multiverse seemed like this very like who cares kind of thing, and now it's become more and more important.
But we have Tales from the Dark Multiverse.
Oh, which is so good.
And those things. So someone like Daniel who picks this book up, he's like, "This is really cool. These are all in one-shot stories." Like, yes, but I bet even odds we're going to see those characters again in something else we're doing. And then, of course, they announced death metal.
This might actually be a book that I try to pick up the 1 in 25 and the 1 in 50 variants for it. These look Three awesome. Jokers may actually be a thing to do.
And these are going to be prestige format, but not prestige plus. So it'll be basic comic book size, not the magazine size. Yeah. So
and also this will probably be a thing that I buy a set up just to send off to be graded.
Yeah.
Because I think eventually they're going to have some value to it. And I may be totally wrong.
There's going to be a first appearance or two in these books. I can tell you now.
Well, whether they're first appearance or not, they're origin stories.
True.
I mean, that's the very definition.
Yeah.
Dark Knight's Death Metal #2 will be dropping in June. Super, super, super excited about that.
Yeah, this is where we talk about Swamp Thing.
He's not on fire. He's got a fire burning in a wooden heart. That's different. Little asteroids reference for you there. You wish you lived in a golden age.
Anyway. Living up on Broadway stage. Right?
Yeah, hey, good job.
There we go. So,
Batman 96 and 97 continue the Joker War. Yes. I looked at, am I going to pick up Batgirl? But I'm like, really? James Gordon's beating up Barbara with a crowbar. I'm totally not okay with that. So I'm not going to grab that. Detective Comics 1024 is going to switch over to Joker War tie-ins, which is going to be interesting. And then Nightwing 73. Okay.
I'm sorry. The Nightwing has just not been interesting to me for a while.
When I scrolled past Event Leviathan Checkmate #3 and in big bold letters above the issue it says guest starring Superman, I just died. I did it exactly in that voice and just laughed my ass off.
Strange Adventures is continuing. It's been really good. I'm very excited for the rest of that. Joker, Harley, Criminal Sanity, Secret Files.
#1.
Yeah. And it's a one-shot, which is good. And, of course, it's the Prestige Plus, so it's like the other formats. Actually, I kind of want to... This is exciting because it's going to give you some extra stuff about it, which is we don't get enough of, unfortunately.
That is the book that I don't like reading and love at the exact same time. Like, it creeps me the hell out, but I absolutely love the book.
If you say so.
Did you notice that Batman the Adventures Continue, the art looks very much like... cover by Sean Murphy.
Wait. Who? Yeah. Sean Murphy?
Sean Murphy.
So, nothing new from him yet either, by the way, but we're coming.
It'll be... He's got some time to draw and write. I've got Batman Beyond 45 marked. The reason that I have stuck with Batman Beyond is exactly this. Damian and Terry working together. I mean, the fact that Damian doesn't end up with a cow makes me so happy. I can't stand myself.
Yeah, but he didn't wind up with a cow, but he went the other way. He went his grandfather's way. So
you're saying Damian goes both ways?
Well, I'm saying he went the other direction. Instead of being good, he went to the bad. He went to the dark side, you know.
And it just quietly...
Dark side.
I will say Catwoman 24 is written by Sean Murphy.
Does it look like covered by Sean Murphy?
It is also covered by
Sean Murphy.
Written by Sean Murphy and Blake Northcott.
Nice. Batman's Grave #8.
Yep.
Been a fantastic run. Batman Superman has been really good too. I picked up Batman Superman years ago when the Ed McGuinness run came out, and I'm like, okay, it was goofy but kind of fantastic all at the same time. Look like Green Lantern Season 2 #5 is out.
Hold on. Flash 757, Legion of Zoom, Part 1. You're going to wish you were reading. And then in 758, he's getting attacked by the Tornado Twins, so why in the hell would you not want to read this? As compared to this absolute pile of shit that is going to be Green Lantern Season 2.
There's Mon-El's daughter, right? Is that how that is?
You like the fact you got me to read shit.
Justice League 48 and 49. Fantastic.
A three-part story.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing with Justice League, so they've changed artists, they've changed writers.
Yeah.
They're doing a three-part
Because
the
they
rule
can't
of
tie
war,
they can't tie it into death metal.
and they're lost.
Yeah.
They are absolutely
I don't know if
lost.
lost is the right
No,
word,
they're
but
lost,
they're in a
man.
period of transition. That's really the best way to
of
put it.
transition.
But that's the best way to put it, really. I mean, because they're not. It's not.
They went, holy crap! Dan Didio is steering us into an iceberg. Quick, this way! Holy shit! What are we
Do
gonna
something
do?
else.
They're probably right now like, okay, COVID-19's going on. Let's all get in Microsoft Teams and figure out how to fix our freaking universe.
It's not bad, yeah, actually.
You just-
So, Legion of Superheroes number 8. I mean, that's been a great run. Excited for that. I'm not sure about the question. Deaths of Vic Sage.
You're not sure about the question?
I'm a continuous Shazam, though. It's been pretty fantastic. What you got there, Last God?
Last God number 8. And I'm excited for Last God. And then I marked, because I got to my last sticky note, Batman 321 Facsimile Edition. I like the classic Joker stuff. Also the fact that it really looks like Commissioner Gordon's on fire there. And then Flash 135.
That's when Kid Flash first appears, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So Far Sector number 7 is also coming out. Very excited about that run. And it's ongoing, which is kind of fun. So, and of course, Last God for me is a big one too. So I've enjoyed The Plunge as well. Some of the other
Joe
Joe Hill
Hill.
books. Yeah, I mean he's been pretty great. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Marvel.
right, guys. I'm sick at my heart about how much of this Marvel book. Now, the one thing I have no interest in is Nonstop Spider-Man.
Yeah. Sorry, not even mildly interested.
I was like, nope.
Shang-Chi. I'm very interested in Shang-Chi. I love the character. I can't wait for him to do more. X-Men X of Swords.
Which, hold on.
What?
That's a teaser image for July. And I think in this case, 10 of Swords makes sense.
Ten of Swords. Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
So.
I looked at Darkhold and I'm like, no. But it was a very tempting. Like I really had a hard time saying no. There's your proof. Carol's the accuser, as you should have known all along, because she's friggin' Kree. So I will be picking up Empire, just the main run. Literally skipping past all of the ancillary books completely.
Look, it's its own section, the green section. Empire.
Yeah, it really is.
Empire,
Now,
Empire.
I have to admit, Avengers Fantastic Four number 2 that clearly has Angel and Magic going on. I'm like,
But what angel is that? Because I thought that the angel now
Is
Is
Archangel.
Archangel. Interesting.
yeah, isn't it though?
Interesting.
And did they manage to? So this is like one of those. So one of the things we're working on is how did we get here? And I chose to just run through Powers and House, but there are threads pre Powers and House that are kind of showing their teeth, and yeah, there's Hazmat. I'm really interested in the fact that that's Hazmat. I love Hazmat. So yeah.
Fantasy 420?
23.
23,
Yeah.
excuse me. Yeah.
And then I like both of those facsimiles. Those are wedding facsimiles.
Now, let's be honest. These are not incredibly expensive facsimiles, either one. Usually $25 to $30. It's not
Yeah.
that bad.
But the marriage of Pete and Mary Jane
Yeah.
and the marriage of Scott and Jean Grey, very worthwhile.
Big deals. Yeah.
I, again, haven't read the first Juggernaut, but I'm going to read Juggernaut.
So, apparently, with Children of the Atom, we do get more reveal. Because after the X-Men, we get Children of the Atom.
X-Men, Children of the Atom.
X-Factor is continuing. I mean,
X-Factor looks horrible.
yeah, we'll see.
It looks awful. I'm gonna read it. Hellions, which now that I've read the first issue, I'm really, really excited for. Cable, and look, he's got the sword. That's so good. So he's gonna be
Is that
fighting.
Rom in the background?
Kind of looks like Rom's head, don't it? Giant says X-Men Storm number 1. Hi, money grab.
How dare you, sir? Marvel would never. Okay, of course they would, because it's this Disney money. But not a problem. Not a
They
problem.
actually gave us the one with Jean Grey and Emma Frost that had no words.
Yeah.
The whole thing had no damn words.
Nope. So
Pretty great.
it's like,
We paid $5 to Marvel.
but here we go, Benjamin Percy back with Wolverine.
Wolverine, and now we're doing the vampire storyline.
That's right. Fantastic. Can't
I marked Excalibur number 12. I'd always get past the True Believer stuff.
Now you can skip past it, but it's a big deal. There are a lot of people who don't have these stories, and $1 is not bad for most of these things.
Yeah.
So some good lines. So, and you and I probably have most of these comics in our vault somewhere. New Mutants and Magic and Wolverine, all that. So, anyway.
Marauders number 12. I love it.
So maybe now we're seeing the return.
Maybe.
The theory that I heard.
That's the other story that I'm like. Joker War, I'm like, oh my god, I need Joker War. Oh my god, I can't get enough. Tynan, help me. And at the same time, I want to message Jerry Dugan and just be like, all right, man, what's up?
Please stop messing with us. Is
What's
she
up
coming
with
back
Kate
or not?
Brown? Yeah, is she all right?
So my guess is somehow her consciousness is in him.
In
Is in
Lockheed?
Yeah, that's my guess. That Lockheed is necessary to bring her back. Some sort of. They have an intimate connection already, but maybe she is. Maybe Lockheed is holding something of hers that brings her back.
In which case, somewhere there's a storyline about them being soulbound, or.
They've been soulbound for a long time, though.
So if we figure out where that happens, we'll know what's wrong with Kitty Pryde.
Interesting. So, any theories about that? Please let us know.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's some
New
out
Mutants
there.
number 12, X-Force number 12.
Yeah.
And then I skipped past all the Marvel stuff.
Yeah, some of this is just too much.
Although there's Shatterstar right there, and Marvel's number 4. Yeah. Alex Ross drawing Cable, and he drew him in the tradition of Rob Liefeld. So, like, how can you criticize that? Look at Wolfsbane's head.
But it's Alex Ross, criticize
right,
Alex
so
Ross.
Like if Liefeld does it, screw that guy. But I criticize who the hell I want to criticize. Leave poor
criticize Alex
Liefeld
Ross
alone.
So this is a big deal, and the Kalinda Vasquez doing America Chavez Made in the USA. This is a great character that has been completely underutilized. I think that because she's lesbian, or LGBT, we're going to call.
Why can't we just call her? Is there some reason we can't say lesbian?
I think because LGBT is a little more appropriate for.
Can we put a Q on the end of that?
Under the Q. Anyway, so she has been underutilized, even though her power is extremely unique.
So it's not that she's black; it's that she's gay.
She's not black. She's Puerto Rican. Right?
Puerto Rican.
Latina. So.
Oh, Chavez. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So I mean,
she's black.
I think it's maybe mixed. I can't. I don't remember that part of the storyline, but it's been a pretty big deal, and it's a good thing. To have her doing more.
Multiracial.
Yes, we definitely need that. Jerry Dugan doing Captain America Annual? That's insane.
Now, if Jerry Dugan took over writing Captain America, I would take up reading Captain America.
I think Ta-Nehisi Coates is going to stop at some point. I don't know when, though. But the Infinite Destinies, these are the Infinite Stones coming out. These are all basically annuals. Should be kind of fun.
No.
But no, Jerry Dugan, I'll read that. Yeah, I'll read that.
You're not going to say anything about director's cut of Silver Surfer Black?
Did we need a director's cut?
Who's the director, my friend?
I mean, Donny Cates.
There you go.
So you're saying yes? Yes, we definitely needed that.
I had a problem with Silver Surfer Black when it came back, and as you know, I went back and got it and loved it.
It's a great story.
It was very, very good.
Yeah.
Weird art.
Let's see. Taskmaster, Black Widow.
Because the movie.
Outlawed.
Going to Disney Plus.
I mean...
Don't care about Outlawed. I do totally care about Strange Academy.
Great story.
Really going to enjoy it. I was really tempted to pick up Wolverine 2020 or Wolverine 2020 because Albert and LCD, they're old Wolverine supporting cast and crew, and real tempted.
Ed Brisson doing the Punisher, bringing Barracuda back, makes me happy. That makes my soul feel good.
Null is coming.
Yeah, we keep talking about that. Null is coming.
Null is coming.
I thought Null had already been here. But because of Venom, Null had already been...
No, apparently Null, who was flying through space at the end of Absolute Carnage, is coming to Earth.
Oh, wow. So, Morbius number 8, been a great run. I've actually really enjoyed that series. I could care less about Venom and Scream right now.
But again, Null is coming.
I know. I should be really excited about those things. Absolute Carnage just didn't interest me that much.
Dude, that's surprising.
But I mean, but look at the things I do read though. It's
trash.
Yeah. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate it, buddy.
All right. So Thor number 7. I love this.
Something's wrong with me on here.
I love this cover with Groot and Ant-Man and Captain Marvel and Spidey and
Iron Man.
Iron Man. I almost want to say Thor, but maybe that's Black Widow. I don't know. Whoever's hand that is, all trying to pick up Mjolnir.
Yeah, it looks like Black Widow. You're right.
The fact that Loki picked it up in the last issue.
That can't be right. The look on his face is, I think it flies out of his hand. Okay. So,
Doctor Strange number 7. I'm so excited.
Doctor Doom number 9.
Doctor Doom number 9.
Chris Cantwell, yes.
Savage Avengers, and man, look at who all is here. I mean, it looks like they're fighting a dragon. I at first looked at it, I was like, is that Devil Dinosaur? And then, no. That looks like a friggin' dragon. It's about to breathe fire. Conan, Black Knight, Juggernaut, and Magic. And I'm like, woo! That's a group.
So we're not going to talk about the fact that
No.
Becky Cloonan had the same idea as Jerry Dugan at the same
No.
time.
Well, no, her idea was different.
Oh, it was so close, though. They're both the Savage Land. They both had Punisher in it. I mean, come on.
They both had pyramids.
They're both the pyramids, exactly. You know, didn't have Conan, but I mean, she was getting there. I mean, the ideas were there. You're just kind of like popping ideas.
We're just a little in love with Becky Cloonan.
Becky was awesome. Man. Completely agree.
Jason Aaron writing the Avengers and having Moon Knight kick Thor's ass makes me so happy. The Age of Khonshu. Ghost Rider also makes me super happy because
Ed Brisson.
it's Ed Brisson, but it has Death Watch and I forget this dude's name, but yeah, Blackout. Death Watch and Blackout. Yeah. Spirit of Corruption. We also are getting a Ghost Rider annual. It looks ridiculous. It's probably just a money grab, but damn it.
You see why I didn't bother marking this? Because there's so much I really do want. That's not even including Empire. You know, I didn't even talk about the Empire stuff because yes, I'm gonna read a couple of the Empire runs, not the whole thing, obviously, because I don't think it's just too much. But
I would say that it would be really cool to put together everything Empire for eBay. I mean, if I was going to make money on something, if I had the extra $150 to buy every tie-in issue, hold it for 6 months, and then sell it all at one time, or not 6 months, 3 months. Immortal Hulk 37.
Why does it look like Blight? Oh, we finally have the Doctor, what's his name, finally coming back?
The dude who was irradiated is going to get up out of his grave. That's all I know.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
Do your thing with Black Panther.
Black Panther is done with Ta-Nehisi Coates. This is the last, the final issue of his landmark.
Maybe we should say that the other way.
Well, it says...
Maybe we should say Ta-Nehisi Coates is
done with the Black Panther run.
There you go.
Pardon me. He's been fantastic. I have zero complaints with him. This is the landmark run is over with him.
The other way, it sounded a little bit like the character was just like, I'm done with you.
Get out.
Just saying.
But Ta-Nehisi Coates is continuing with Captain America, which has been really good. Jane Foster,
Valkyrie. Oh, it's so good. And you were right. I owe you an apology. I gave you shit. I put it in the J's. It's not. It's
Valkyrie Jane Foster.
I'm a big enough man to admit it. Why does hey Garen, why does he have horns on an Iron Man thing for Daredevil?
I think we're supposed to read it and find out. I'm just spitballing. I'm just saying. So I don't know why we have how to read comics the Marvel way.
Because how to write comics and how to draw comics have been done. This is a homage book. Yeah.
Okay. Could care less about Deadpool.
Conan the Barbarian number 17.
Jim Zub.
Jim Zub.
Yeah. He's been
Dark Agnes number 5. Love you, Becky Cloonan.
Shout out to Becky.
Saladin Ahmed is finishing up Conan Battle for the Serpent Crown. Star Wars Bounty Hunters is also tying up. This cover of Vader, I don't have to read any of what's going on there. If I weren't reading Vader and I saw Anakin with a blue saber and Vader, like that's going to be a good issue. Quest for the truth, journey of destruction.
Greg Pak has been a great writer for a long time. He did most of the World War Hulk stuff. I mean, he's a fantastic writer, but taking on this, you're talking a huge thing to take on.
Yeah.
I mean, when Charles Soule took over for this is a big deal. Jason Aaron doing Star Wars is a very big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got to be a little bit intimidating because you're taking on a a huge universe that people really, really care about in a very deep way.
Well, and it's like Becky Cloonan talking about doing a Robert Howard character.
Yes.
That it's not just that you're writing someone else's character. You're writing a character that's been around since the 30s that people have read and loved for years. Parents passing it down to their kids, grandparents passing it down to their kids and grandkids.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big deal, and doing justice by that is something. And Greg Pak has done a fantastic job. Charles Soule has done a fantastic job. Last thing I have marked: Star Wars #7.
Star Wars #7, and of course, are we not doing Dr. Aphra? We said no.
Afara, but no.
Is it Afara?
No, maybe it's just Afra.
Aphra.
I thought it was Afara.
No. Is it like Jafara?
And see, you pronounce things better than me.
That's kind of it for the book, actually. I mean, there's statues and stuff, obviously. This is one of the reasons you really want to go to your LCS to pick up the book, because
Previews.
I get people all the time who are like, oh, just look it up online. No, you completely missed something. Yeah, it's...
Hey
yeah,
guys, just remember, it's really important that you go online right now and you tell everybody you know that it's important that we stop what's going on in the industry. It's really, 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 really important that bitch Carol Baskin stops comics from not being shipped.
You gonna let this one go now? Are you done?
No!
You hit the
This
the
is
limit?
the forever,
You hit the limit?
man.
Okay, you didn't hit the limit.
I don't think I'll ever get past it.
Well, thanks for listening for the 2 hours we've been here talking of... Really? 2 hours?
Hour and 5 minutes.
That's not bad. Does it feel like 2 hours? God bless.
Thank you, Heather. We really appreciate you. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Okay,